I've been recording without my mic on. Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. As always, you can call me Lore, and today we're gonna start a project that I have dreamed of since I rolled my first set of dice back in high school. That's right, I'm gonna cosplay my D&D character. We're gonna talk about things and maybe make some things too. I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons for about 14 years now, and as evidenced by this channel, you know, dressing up and playing pretend is kind of my thing. So it should come as no shock that it's been a long time dream of mine to cosplay one of my D&D characters. You know, but for this reason or for that reason, I've just never been able to do it. Until now. Until a few months ago, I played in my longest running campaign to date. The group of 6 individuals formed completely online during the Panhandle and comprised of individuals for all reaches of the US all the way to Australia. I had the opportunity to play in this game weekly for 2 years, taking my character from level 1 to level 16. And I wish I could have taken her to level 20. So I intend for this project to be a series over a couple of months as I bring this character to life, learn new crafting skills, and share her stories. I think in a lot of ways, this project series is a love letter to my character. A thank you for all of the wonderful time we got to spend together, and an apology for having to cut that time short. So, without any further ado, I'd love you to meet my character, the beautiful cinnamon roll that she is, Nome. Your enemy, or Nome for short, was a Hexblood Artificer Botanist. And yeah, I know I'm one of those super special snowflake D&D players, bear with me. I have never drawn, had done, or received so many art commissions as I did for this character. I guess when you play a character for this long, it's bound to happen at some point, but there's a couple. This is the first art of Nome I ever commissioned from an artist named Zuza, or Spiculuk, on Instagram. When I created Nome, the first piece I envisioned was her crazy sun hat outpouring with plants and her moss-like dread hair. I had a hard time visualizing her everyday dress and especially color scheme. Zuza did such an amazing job with the initial design of Nome. He only had a couple of my drawings to go off of, which there's a reason why I commission art of my D&D characters. And so I love coming back to these images every now and again. However, for this project's design, I'll actually be focusing more on a more recent piece of art that I got commissioned of Nome from Ivy of Space Elf Art on Instagram. Both pieces were actually commissioned with cosplay potential in mind, but from very different parts in Nome's story. I love the design immensely, and over the course of this project I still may play around with the color schemes and some layered elements, but this is where the project will start. So for this video we'll be focusing on the base layers, Nome's peasant blouse and pants. About 6 months into the game, I did start my first iteration of a Nome outfit, which is what you see here. And there are so many pieces of parts of this outfit that I really love, especially these pants. I think though with all the colors of the new art and things, it would just be better to start from scratch, so I'll just have this here as my little inspiration. So I'm gonna start on the pants today. I have this entire 8 yards of white linen that I bought for some project sometime that I have not even cut into. It's still in the plastic. So I will do that, and I'll pretty much make them essentially the same as I made the last one. I really like the fit of them. It's very inspired by hakama pants in Japanese culture, where the front and back ties, and it has a lot of pleats. And I really like how voluminous those pants look. It does require, like, I think that project was like 4 yards of fabric, potentially like 2 on each side, so they gonna be thick. Obviously this is white, and I'll be looking to get it to like a green or a blue, so I will also be gradient dyeing these as well, but let's do it. Outfit change. You gotta wear pants to make pants. It's a rule. Okay, you know, I'm comfortable. Okay. Alright, hello. I was just laying out all of this linen fabric, and then realized, why would I use that when I have all of these slightly sheer curtains that I have no clue what to do with. So we're gonna do that instead, and then I can save this beautiful white linen blend for another project that actually will be happening imminently. So using the noggin. Okay, so far I have put the front and the back. You can tell because this is less deep and then this is deep for the donk. I put front back and then I flat filled that seam, and now I have to put sides together and then you do the outside stitching. So this is a lot of pant. This is only one side. And the second is just like behind my, it's so much fabric. It's so much fabric. Oh God. We're gonna get through it. But it's a lot of fabric. Let's do it. I've accidentally scrunched my needle here so you can see how close it is to the little presser foot. And when that happens, it's like a melting anxiety of when it's just gonna hit it, chip off, and hit me in the eye. And I try not to think about it, but you know, my brain's always going to the final destination moments, even while sewing. So relaxing. Alright, so we have one pant leg. That's the middle. That's the middle. Sewn. Alright, all of the pant legs are sewn. This is one pant leg. And now it is my life. Ignore that box. I don't know why it's there. It's because I have a cat. Cats need boxes just randomly placed because they do. So, yep, this is a pant leg, and now it is my job to pleat this to a size that is me forever. This is my life now. This is where I live. Good night. Why do I do these things to myself? To make them, it will be so voluminous and so beautiful and less sheer, so we have to do it. This is a good thing. Trust the process. Trusting the process. Alright, so this is what the front is looking like. So now I'm about to pick this up and hope no pins fall out. And take it to my machine, top stitch this, and then do the back. Look at this. Beeper in her natural environment. My seat that she waits for as soon as I get up. Well, I'm so sorry, Beeper. I do in fact need to sew. So I'm just gonna, we can share the seat. I am just gonna have to just scoot you a little just so, this is a two-handed process. Oh boy. I have to scoot you a little bit just to the back. so we can share, and I can sit on the edge, and you can sleep. Yes, indeed. See? She's totally cool with sharing. I'm not an absolute monster. I could just kick you off. Remember that. Alright, we've got it here, folks. We've got it. I'm just gonna find my way into them. Yeah, these are some pants that we've pleated here today. Oh hell yeah. Completely eyed this. I know what size my waist is, and they fit perfectly. Wow, what a beautiful amount of swish these have. Beautiful. Well, these are very fun. I always like how pants like these come out. They're just like harem pants, but like on steroids, essentially. But yeah, I gotta gather the bottom, and then I have to add a waistband to the top so it can close my ties, and then we're gonna die. I have to go to a swing dance class that I'm taking, so I'm gonna do that. And then probably we'll finish the sewing portion of this tonight. And then we'll dye tomorrow morning. Alright, so come dye with me. Good morning! Hello! It's early and I wasn't going to record because it's like 6 a.m., which is normal for me to wake up, but not normal enough for me to want to function in front of a camera. So hello, super special gremlin me today. Or this morning. But I wanted to talk a little bit about selvages. I feel like I was just gonna put it on the put it on my pants and then not really talk about it. But I like to use as much of a piece of fabric as possible, which is I think why I tend to not use patterns, is because I will, if it's going to, I don't know, if I'm going to be left with some selvages or stuff like that, I'm going to try to find a way to use that in potentially a way that is modular, that will actually fit the thing. So for the curtains, I had to cut off the channels because I didn't really want them to be part of the pants. But that doesn't mean they're useless. That means I can actually use them for the waistband creatively. So I'll probably, depending on how thick I want it, because I have 4 pieces here, I'm going to iron them. And then I am going to do something. Either I'll fold it halfway like this. I don't think I want it that thin. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's going to be under a bunch of layers. But either I'll do that or I'll find a way to double side it so I can use the full width of this. So I'm going to do that now. Just wanted to let you know. Try to use as much of the fabric as possible. Hate throwing away fabric. Like little scrappy pieces. I feel like I can always have a use for them. So it's kind of my MO. All right. Alright, so I just finished pinning the waistband of this monstrosity and ironing and pressing it. So now it's time for my absolute favorite thing to do, which is hand sewing. So I'm gonna do that. I guess I'll record myself doing it. I can't imagine that it's very interesting or exciting. Hand sewing is not my strong suit. Mostly because I avoid it like the plague, but I also know that in finishing beautiful, lovely garments, you're gonna have to hand sew at some points because the machine can't do everything, so. Okay, the pants are glorious. They are pleated, they are gathered, Now it's time to dye these monstrosities because, oh my god, are they thick. Yeah, I really hope the dye penetrates all of the folds. There's a lot going on here. Probably a little more than I bargained for, but we'll see. Sepia. Welcome to Sepia World. Welcome to my kitchen with its terrible, terrible lighting. This is why we don't really film anything in here, because these lights are atrocious. So what we've done here, let me adjust you so you can see. Yep, okay. So this is the pot I thought I was gonna turn into a dye pot, and these are the pans. So what you're seeing here is that the pans are more than the pot can handle, let alone with water added to the mix. So we're gonna pivot. I don't have a larger receptacle in my house other than my crock pot, and I'm not gonna use my tub because I'm going to be dyeing these green, and I don't want my tub, my very, very white tub in this apartment that I rent, to be green, and to explain that to my landlord. So I could use the sink. The sink is dirty. I don't want to wash the sink. So we're gonna wait. I'm gonna find a bigger receptacle in the next week or so, and then I'm gonna dye it then. So yep. Sometimes you think, oh, why not make voluminous pants? Do them. They'll be swishy. They'll be fun. And then you don't think about when you get to this step about what that's gonna feel like a magician. All right. Yeah. So this poor pot will live another day, and we are going back to the drawing board. I think we're gonna start on the blouse. So let's do that. Okay, hello, another early morning. It's been a week since the last time that I checked in, and man oh man did I do nothing during that week. This past week was kind of hell, and so here we are. So we're not doing anything in the last week. I still need to actually dye those pants, and so one of the good things, kind of, that came out of this yikes week was that I had to clean out my car. And I found this bin that has been holding miscellaneous craft things in the back of my car for years now, at least 3. So I forgot I had it because it's just kind of a permanent fixture in the back of my car. But it's black, it's plastic, and so perfect to dye in, because if it stains, it won't matter, you won't see it. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna fill it with hot water. I may or may not use salt, we'll see. But it should be more than large enough to fit the pants. I'll say that, and then I'll have to eat my words, and the pants will also take up this amount of size. Let's hope it doesn't. We'll see. Yeah. I'm gonna be using grit dye for this project. I have just one little packet. And it may or may not be enough. It may not get as dark as I actually want it to. And I probably, I'm gonna get reckless this morning. I say that like I'm not already a reckless crafter, and just go for it. I'm not even gonna do a test strip because I don't really think I can mess up this dye job. It will either just not be as dark as I want it, or, but it's just gonna be what the universe gives us. Yeah, so my fingers are an interesting color. I feel like Schmeagol. But honestly, actually, this is what I envisioned for Nome's skin in her Hexblood form. It was just like sickly greenish pallor to it. So I'm really just channeling her. Wow, we've come full circle. So I just washed the fabric. You can see it hanging up behind me. I also just scrubbed my tub. Hopefully it is white again. But This is the color that it ended up being. It is very light, which I mean, I think we could all have guessed that was gonna be. But I really like the seafoam color. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and I'm gonna get a darker green, and then I'll use that to dip dye, pretty much to get that gradient down from darker green, because I kind of want to preserve this at the top. So that's what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna let this dry. I just rinsed it with cold water to get all that excess dye out. So I'm gonna let it sit for a day. And I might even just do it at work since this is my last weekday day. Oh, toilet, why? All right, so this is my last weekday day. Probably take it in, pick up dye today, take the bin in, get hot water, dye it, dip dye it, be done with it. Cool. Yeah, it came out pretty even. There are some splotchy areas, which is not surprising. There's like 50 million folds in these pants, but I don't think it will matter at the end of the day. If anything, if I want to get really, really cutesy for Nome, I think I could like embroider little things over top of it if it really bothered me, but I don't think it will. So, gonna do that. Moving on to the shirt, letting that sit for a little bit, and we're gonna go from there. Alrighty, so sorry, we're in complete comfy mode because I just want to get the shirt done, and truly today it feels like if I put any more effort into this, then nothing else is getting done. So this is what we're getting for today. Have the pants hanging, they're drying. So what I've been working on, last week I made the first sleeve for this blouse, and then this morning while the pants were dyeing, I made the other sleeve, and I also started gathering the top. So the way this is gathered naturally pulls open this peasant blouse into a nice little V. So what I have still to do is I need to put a collar on this. So I need to put the sleeves on and sew up the sides. And then I need to gather the sleeves at the bottom and put a little wrist cuff on it. So it shouldn't take that much time. I'm just gonna vibe, watch something, and get it done, and then be done. All right. Yeah, I'm used gauze-like fabric for this shirt. I really like it. It makes it really airy. It will make it a lot lighter when I have all these other layers on. So keep going. Gotta keep going. Okay, so this fabric right here is probably my nemesis. I've never had such a rough time trying to dye a piece of fabric, and it has to be 100% polyester, and I should have just used like iPoly or something, because I had to do 3 different dye baths to get here, and a color fixative to get it to stay, which, oh my god, this is what 100 bit. There's a reason to use cotton fabric. Once again, much easier to dye. The synthetic fibers, man oh man, will fight you every step of the way. So I'm gonna let this dry. I may try to get it darker in a couple of weeks, we'll see. But right now I think we need a break from each other. And I'll see you in the reveal. All right. Okay, so it's stinking cute. I love the start. I'm very sorry that I wasn't able to do a reveal outside. It is in fact pouring. I went to do my inside shots and I opened the door and I'm like, that's not what it's gonna be today. I love these pants. I'm sorry you can't see it. There's just so much going on, but I love these pants so much. Love the shirt. Can you believe that there was a moment when I was making the shirt that I was worried that I didn't make the sleeves wide enough and that they weren't going to be billowy enough? Not an issue. Not an issue. Totally perfect. Super excited about this entire project. I think this is a great start, so it's really, really setting me up for excitement for the rest of the project. This little pouch that I made actually came from my original make of Nome's outfit. So I think I am going to try to incorporate this again into her outfit this time. I really like it. It's just a little patchwork that I made out of leather scraps. I don't have any leather working supplies, which will change, spoiler. So I haven't finished the edges, which I would like to do. But all in all, this is a really, really cute pouch and it's like really durable and I'm happy with it. So I'm definitely going to use this. This other little piece that you saw on my belt, I actually got from like a LARP holiday exchange. I'm pretty sure it was Starfall. It was Starfall. And the person who made it, so absolutely talented. As soon as I got it, I'm like, I'm going to use this for Nome at some point whenever I am able to do this project. So I've been holding on to this for like a year and a half for Nome for this project. And there are a couple of other pieces that they made as part of the exchange that I'm very excited to also incorporate because it's just so perfect. Critiques, not many. I love the pants. I love this shirt. I love how the gathering came out, how it pulls it together. I know I'm showing a lot here, but it will be chill when there's layers. So don't worry. But I think my only critique is the dye process. It was an absolute nightmare. Very obviously these pants aren't dyed on a gradient like I wanted them to be, but you know, you win some, you lose some. I think I spent maybe $30 in total just on dye alone, which isn't that bad seeing as I didn't pay for literally anything else. Like these curtains are free to me. This is a Stash Buster fabric from that I had in my like this little gauze cottony thing I had previously. So really spending only $30 to make all this is pretty chill. Yeah, wish it was a gone gradient. However, I think Nome and I both approve of this little pastel green color. I think it's very, very sweet. And I think it's going to inform potentially some of some changes in the future of the coloring of a lot of things. But I like how where this is headed. It has like very like library shopkeeper vibes, which is exactly Nome's whole aesthetic. So very excited. I don't know if I'll try to do another dye on this. We'll see. Time will tell. And I'll include it in another video in the future if I do, but probably not. I was thinking about making embellishments like potentially doing some embroidery on the wrist cuffs or on my lapels or something like that. We will see if I do that. I'm not sure. I also kind of like when I make things that are plain like this, how often I can rewear them for other things. So I'll probably wear this there's definitely gonna be a time I'm gonna wear this to a Ren Fair, this shirt or these pants. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But for right now, it's so stinking cute. I'm so excited for this project. I love being able to do this and I love being able to, I love Nome so much. So I'm so excited to be able to do this and to share it with you. So I'm just gonna leave this video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you happen to like this video, consider pressing the like button down below. And if you wanna see more of my crafting or otherwise journey, consider pressing the subscribe button as well. Thank you so much for hanging out. I know I didn't talk a lot about Nome. I was very kind of engrossed in the crafting process for this video. Trust me, I promise. So there will be story times to come. So just stay with me. Stay with my crafting. If you're here for the D&D and you're like, why was there no D&D? We'll talk about D&D. Do not worry. All right. Thank you. Bye. The way I am sitting on this bed to make it aesthetic. Shove things under me. Artificer, Botificer. Artificer, Botificer. Wow, this is like... Oh my god. What? You're on the camera. You wanna be on the camera? See, you're on the camera. She just wanted forehead kisses. Good? Okay, we're good. Alright, we're gonna start over. I'm struggling with this shirt right now. It's so cute. I should not jiggle that much. I cannot jiggle that much in this shirt right now. Yeah. Oh, these pants are the cutest. They're the cutest. They're the cutest. 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 All right, we're done. We're done recording because I'm getting the sillies.